Hello, we are going to talk today about one of the things I think I hear people say all the time, and if you know me, it bugs the shit out of me, and that is, I don't have time, I'm crazy busy, I'm just pulled in so many directions, and all that kind of good jazz. I truly believe that what we're going to talk about today, if you can drop the story that you don't have time, that you will see so much of your weight loss efforts improve. I mean, it is like, I was thinking about it as I was taking a shower. Literally, I honestly was not coming on live today. I was taking a shower and I was like, God, people just all the time are talking about how they don't have time. And I find myself to be one of those people that gets a lot done. Like, I get so much done, and it's because I never sell myself short. I don't sit around and tell myself I don't have time. So I'm Corinne from Fit and Fat. It's PHIT-N-PHAT.com. I have a free course, and part of it, like, seriously, I'm so hyped up on the whole time thing that my free course, the second step in the videos, is all about putting on your calendar when you're going to get your weight loss success. So I firmly believe it. So here's the deal. This is what I hear most people saying, that they don't have time. Let's take a good one. I don't have time to exercise. In my mind, I think that is a way to just excuse not having to try. And let me tell you why. So if you take the concept of time period, everybody has time. The fact is we all have time. The thing about it is, how are you choosing to spend your time? That's what we want to address. That is the most important thing. It is all about getting honest with yourself and saying, I just choose not to exercise today. This isn't, anybody else's fault. This isn't, only if my schedule would work out perfect. None of that bullshit. And that's where we get into, you have to accept responsibility. Saying I don't have time is an easy way to just say, you know what, I'm not taking responsibility for my actions. When you say you don't have time, it's like saying everything else is so important, and when it happens, I have no choice. So here is the all-time classic example that I have for this. You have moms, right? And they will be, a lot of my clients, they'll be working out, they'll be doing things and whatnot, and then their kids will get sick. All of a sudden, well, I didn't have time to work out today because Junior over here was throwing up all morning. I had to stay home. It's like, okay, yeah, but it's not that you didn't have time to work out. Tell yourself the absolute truth and the empowering truth, which is, I chose to take care of my kid today instead of working out. I'm going to tell you, as somebody who coaches all kinds of women on how to lose weight, the ones that will have the attitude that every food choice, every time they show up to the gym, all of those things, when they make a choice that is I'm all about, I own it, I decided, doesn't matter what happened. If you have a flat tire and you're stuck on the road and you can't get to the gym, rather than saying, well, I ran out of time, I was going to go to that gym, but damn, I had a flat tire. No, say, I chose not to go to the gym today because I need to take care of my car. That is taking your power stance. That's being in control of your life. Doesn't mean that you're going to love the idea that you missed your workout, but I guarantee you, the people that own their decisions, they're like, you know what? Nothing happens to me. What happens is things happen, and then I'm going to decide how I want to show up for them. If you want to take care of your kid, you want to take care of your car and stuff, there you go. You don't need to blame your inability to get your, health in order, to lose your weight and stuff, all on all these external things. Because here's the problem. Most people in the world are like all the women that come to me and I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do and stuff like that. And I'm like, very first thing you gotta do is take ownership. You're not gonna lose weight unless you take ownership. If you really expect to start any kind of diet that requires you to have the world work perfectly, everybody supporting you, nobody is bringing in donuts on Friday, your kids never get sick, all that bullshit, if you expect all that to happen, Absolutely not. You will not lose weight. And that's what you do. When you take your, like when you have things happen and you blame your choice not to do something on something external, you are saying, I don't have control here. I have no power here. It's just like, even if you're like, here's another good example. A lot of my clients tell me, I don't have time to food prep. Like, who has time for that shit? I don't have time to get together at lunch in the morning. Like, and they'll innocently say, like on a like here it is Wednesday, right? And Wednesdays are always what I call the witching day, because we're so freaking motivated on Sunday. Like, oh, I am starting that diet. I have been kicking it all weekend, and here comes Monday. There's no better day in the world to start a diet than on a Monday, right? Wednesday comes, it's like, oh my God, this is hard and it sucks and I don't have time to do all this stuff. Weight loss takes so much time. And then they're like, I'm just gonna stop by the drive-thru. I'll probably make a good choice. It's like, no, it won't. If it didn't happen last week, it's not gonna happen this week either. The problem is that you decided first thing, it's not that you didn't bring your food. It's not that you didn't food prep. It's none of that stuff. The rubber meets the road in the morning when you say, I don't have time to pack my lunch, so I'll just do this. You have already said, I don't have to take responsibility for my food. My time is why I'm overweight. It's not me, it's time. It's time's fault. And unfortunately for you, time don't give a shit. He just passes the same way for every damn body, every damn day. Don't care where your goals are. He's like, I'm just ticking away 1 second at a time. Use me as you want. You can blame me all day, but it's not gonna help. So in that situation, if you are, let's say you are busy and you're hustling out the door and you are not gonna, take a prepared lunch, and you're gonna hope that like by noon when you're going through a drive-through that things will change, here's what I would challenge you to say. I can say anything I want, but I'm not gonna blame busy and I'm not gonna blame not having time. I'm gonna say, I am choosing to go to the drive-through today. It's my choice to eat what I want today. I choose that at lunch I will be in a drive-through. You, even if you go to the drive-through, stand a better chance of making a better choice because you took the bull by the horns and just said, this ain't nobody's fault. It's not time's fault. You know what this is? My decision, and that's all. I just think, guys, that when you're, and this is what I teach my clients all the time. Everybody wants a plan, and everybody's always, I just want to, I need a food plan. If you give me a grocery list and, give me a workout, I know I could lose weight. It's like, no, you won't lose weight until you own that you have to show up for the plan. Can't blame the plan. Can't blame the trainer at the gym. Can't blame time. You can't blame your kids getting sick. Can't blame vacation. Like the very first week in my program, I teach how to eat by your body. Shit travels on vacation, so that while you're on vacation, you don't have to blame vacation. And that's what I always find awesome also, is that you're on vacation, you're on a trip where you get to relax and stuff, but you spend the whole time saying, well, I'd be losing weight if it wasn't for this vacation. I'm gonna blame vacation for this extra 5 pounds. It's not vacation. Just say, I'm choosing on vacation to eat. And this is what I'm gonna eat, and I'm owning it. It's not vacation's fault, it's my choice. Just decide right now that you are going to start owning every decision you make. Every decision, I don't care what it is. Own each and every one of them. Sometimes you are choosing the decision you wouldn't love to choose. And you're choosing the decision that is not on the plan. But the real work is in being confident enough to take ownership for the decision. And not to blame, and to not be a victim of things, to not be a victim of your time, to not be a victim of, like your kids being sick, to not be a victim of being tired, blaming tired. Well, I wasn't so tired. If I could only do this. It's like, well, just say, choosing to go to bed, choosing to sleep in, rather than saying, well, I slept in because, I'm not a good sleeper and stuff. It's like, you know what? When you take ownership that you're choosing to sleep in because you're tired, you're more likely to be the kind of person who starts looking into trying to fix your sleep. Or you're the kind of person to be like, you know what? Because every day this week I've had to say to myself, I choose to sleep in versus going to the gym versus packing my lunch. At night, you're going to be sitting there going, maybe I should choose to go on to bed and not surf the Facebook. Maybe a few dishes can stay in the sink. all of a sudden the whole world starts changing when you decide that you have taken the ownership. You start seeing every little nook and cranny where you have the power and you have the control, and it's not in somebody else's hands. I have to make this one short today because I have a call that's starting in a few minutes. So let me read through. There was one there was a couple of you said amen, sister, and hello. Let's see. And if you guys want to share this one real quick, just share it. Oh, Decatur, Tennessee. I have a client from there, and it might be you. Amen, sister. This morning for me was a perfect example. Rushing out of the house, I stopped to grab a hard-boiled egg and some pumpkin seeds instead of hitting the drive-thru. Felt great to have a win right off the bat this morning. Yeah, and that's when I would totally reinforce to myself, you know what, this morning, I'm sure a hard-boiled egg and pumpkin seeds was like, well, here's a ho-hum breakfast compared to a McGriddle and a latte. You know, and sometimes that's the thing. Sometimes we have to own, like, I love reinforcing when I make an unsexy choice, but it's the choice in the long run that feels fucking good when my pants are coming on right. You know, I mean, that's the thing. And so, like, reinforce it. There's no, like, harm in tooting your own horn loud and clear all night long in your head, all day long in your head. Say it out loud. Write it down somewhere. Make your brain light up with the pleasure of making great choices, of doing awesome things. I think that's, like, such good work. Good afternoon, Carrie. Yeah, it is Angie. Angie, I mailed that check to you just today. She's doing a fundraiser, if y'all wonder why I'm sending Angie checks. Okay, so I want some opinions. A little over a year ago, my hubby and I quit smoking. This is an awesome accomplishment that I'm very proud of. Yeah, my grandfather quit smoking after 67 years of smoking. It is awesome. Since then, and after surgery, I gained some weight. I'm now at my heaviest ever, including when I was pregnant with any of my kids. Just turned 40 on the 8th of this month. So yeah, I'm working on being okay with that. Well, I'd be okay with it. I'm 43, going on 43, and I love it. There's no difference between the two of them. I'm older, but it's all in what you think about your number. You choose to think whatever you want to think about it. Choose wisely, because the older you get, if you feel like it's, like if you're going to sit and think it's shitty, guess what? Your body and everything goes downhill. If you think, not even half my life's over, it's time to kick it in high gear now, then you're going to take some ownership. And I have an upcoming surgery on my knee at the end of May. So I'm wanting to do something like gym or yoga, but I know, and I don't think you got to finish. What I would do is go ahead and do all you can up until you have to have surgery on your knee. And then once you have the surgery on your knee, talk to them immediately and just say, hey, I want to make sure this rehab's right. I want the protocol. I'm not missing a single day. I'm doing every damn thing that you tell me to do, but I want it written down and I want it clear, and I want somebody to show me what to do. My mom has had double knee replacements, so that's aggressive. But I would just go into it like, I'm choosing to have this knee surgery so I can be out of pain, and there we go. The other thing that I would do too is make sure that you say to yourself, I choose not to eat like an asshat all the way through surgery because I'm going to blame that I can't cook and I can't do this. You have until May to get the freezer stocked with foods you can have, to train the people who are going to be helping you out on the things that you will eat. And you just make a hard limit and say, if you don't bring me these things, probably not going to eat. So here we are. This is where you get your mindset right. That's how you have surgery. That's how you do these things. People tell me all the time they don't own the fact that they can decide how it goes. I have been cut from here to my knees 3 and 4 times and have been at the mercy of anybody that brought me food. And let me guarantee you, my fridge was always stocked with stuff I could eat. The last thing I did the night before surgery is go to the grocery store, get what I could get in there for a week. My pantry was always full of the things I knew that I could have, and everybody would know what I would eat. Because if you want to help me, really help me. And the only way you can really help me is if I tell you what I want. If you just kind of like go into it half-assing and stuff and just like, oh, well, you know, I would have been eating healthy, but, you know, my husband, he just really doesn't know how to do that. That's like, don't blame him. Seriously. Take the ownership. If he brings you hamburgers, don't eat them. Just be like, dude, seriously, I kind of said I wanted this and you didn't bring it, so I'm just going to skip this meal. There's probably something in the pantry that I can eat. that right there stops. I love it when my clients will do this. Well, they're like, their husband will keep bringing junk food in the house and they get pissed. And then they'll say, I don't know why you bring this. And then they eat it out of frustration. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know why they keep bringing it. You keep eating it. Problem solved. The first night you're willing to go hungry and you don't act like an asshole and just say, hey, you know, this is not what's on my plan. I appreciate it, but you know, I'll just have an apple tonight. I'll be fine. You go to bed, the next time, they're probably going to call you and say, like, are you sure you want me to, what would you like me to bring you? Because I don't want you to be sitting there like you were last time. That's how you break cycles. You get willing to get out of your comfort zone in order to do so. And you never have to be an asshole about it. Let's see. Made it to boxing class and split lunch with a friend. Ooh, that's awesome. Thanks for your help trying to change these thoughts. Hello, Amy. Trying what you suggested by going to bed a few minutes earlier every night. Guilty about Facebook and yeah, Carrie, you got to turn that shit off, dude. Like, I think there is I want to say there's an app somewhere that you can set it to where at a certain time, it will not let you have your apps anymore. Like, you just tell it which ones you don't want, and then it's shut down, and when you go, it's like, so you might want to look into one of those just as a little, like, oh, well, it's kind of a gentle reminder that you're not supposed to be on it when you've committed to yourself. I'm literally even debating whether I need to wait till after surgery to start the tribe. I'm not sure what to do. Raven, no. This is the funny thing, is that the stuff I teach, everybody has it in their mind that when they join my tribe, that we're starting this really strict meal plan. You are not doing that. You are learning how to freaking think. You're learning how to think better and bigger about your weight and your weight loss and your ability to lose weight than you ever have in your life. That's what I teach. In the very first week, you learn how to not have to count calories, but you learn how to know when you're actually hungry. You can do that in a hospital bed to lying on the beach on spring break. What cracks me up is when people are going on vacation and they don't want to join. I'm like, wouldn't you kind of like to go on vacation and know how to eat without worrying about food? Like, literally. But, when I say not worrying about food doesn't mean having a donk fest while you're there. It means being able to have the things you would like comfortably and coming back home not feeling like you just pissed all over the scale. That's the difference. So I would join Raven. That's a short answer. I started doing the salad bar in the refrigerator. I am telling you, I love my salad bar in the refrigerator. It is so convenient. And I bought bigger Pyrex pans this week. So if the vegetables all can go together, it's like now we're like pulling out less stuff. My husband was like, why have we never done this before? Why have we always had little bitty bowls everywhere? And I'm like, I never thought of it. Thought of it now. Enjoy, big boy. Oh, you're welcome, Angie. Let's see. My thoughts on Advocare. I swear I get this question all the time. I do not take Advocare. I have tried their products. I do not like them. It's the taste. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying they don't work or anything like that. I'm just not a big advocate on those products. The few things I use are more because I like the taste. There's no magic. I don't know if you're taking Advocare for fat loss or whatever. There's no magic in any of that. They would have every woman waiting in line and every front door would have product on it if it worked for fat loss. It's a short-term fix to a long-term problem. You want to get your mind wrapped around your weight loss. You got to know how to not blame. You got to know how to not expect that there's magic out there. The only magic is right here. When this gets lit up with how to think about losing weight, the magic happens then. Because all of a sudden you start realizing it could always have happened. And then you're like, damn, I can do this. That's what you need. I have so many close friends that don't listen to me, don't follow me. And they are constantly on the merry-go-round of the latest fad diet, the latest pill, the latest shot, crazy stuff. And I watch them go up and down the scale 50, 60 pounds yearly. I'm like, when are you going to learn? You really have to work on this. And when you work on your brain, when you start understanding how to feel good about what you eat, not just like having the orgasm in your mouth because it tastes so good, but like literally enjoying the process of changing your body. Nobody teaches that but me. Like, seriously, there is a way to enjoy losing weight. It is not a misery process. When you start feeling better mentally, and you're like, damn, I didn't even know that dieting had an upside of feeling good mentally. Nobody wants to teach us that. It is the biggest short sell of the diet industry. The reason why they don't want you to do that is because if you lose your weight, you will not come back for their pills. You will not come back for their potions and stuff. They don't want your long-term success. And your long-term success doesn't reside in me. I will teach you how to think. Then you will be the controller of your long-term success. Let's see. Change your mind, change your world. Yes, look for that app. Mindset to do it, and you will. Tell yourself you're a failure, and you will fail. Exactly. Show the big bowls. It's just Pyrex, Rochelle. If you just go to the grocery store, it's not bowls. They're like long plates. Let me move y'all over here. Hang on. Let me try to keep you turned this way so you don't have to see my dirty sink. I don't know what I just knocked over, but it goes to this tripod. It's this. We got this one, and we put carrot, peppers, and celery in it. If you watch my video from Sunday, I showed everything that was in my fridge. So, but I got them at Kroger, and they were on sale this week. I think that one was $5.99, dirt cheap. What exactly is this? I'm new from Missouri. I'm a weight loss person. I help people lose weight by yelling at them. I don't know. I get like wound up, let's put it that way. Struggling with erasing my mind of all the different opinions on food. How can I figure out what food I can implement in my plan? Well, that's kind of what I teach the first, let's see, we do that week 2 where we start talking about types of food. It goes down to, I guess my best advice would be when you have old diet rules that are clouding you and confusing you now, because the problem with old diet rules is they make you feel confused as to what to do right now. You have got to get really clear on what you're going to do right now. It doesn't mean a certain plan. You need to start thinking all of the, like every time your brain throws up, oh, I don't know about that. I know that girl said you can eat carbs, but let's remember carbs are bad because on X diet, that's what we learned. I like to tell like my clients to think this way. You need to tell your brain, hey, if all those diets were so perfect, we wouldn't be here now. So what we are going to do is we're going to commit and double down on one thing. We're going to learn this thing. And when our brain wants to start throwing up all this other stuff, we're like, no, we're staying in this lane. And what I tell people is you have to, like, my program is all about really understanding, like, you're going to eat healthy. I mean, I don't want to shit you. You're not coming in here like Weight Watchers and having pizza every day and, whoa. But what we do is we start changing your mental relationship with the food. And then we also start showing you food can be amazing and it can taste really good and it can be healthy and you can lose weight the second you decide that it's okay to think a new way about food. Most of you have it totally ingrained. Your number one thought about dieting is, if I ain't miserable, I won't lose weight. If I'm enjoying this at all, something's wrong. Panic ensues. And that is totally not the case. So it's a lot of like what we work on, especially the first week or two. So like if you join, you buy the program, you go through the videos. We have a private Facebook group where we work with the clients in there. So it's me and my 2 other coaches. And we're like watching you post. And you guys will, one person will post like, oh, today I had a rough day. I thought about this, blah, blah, blah. Then other people will come in there and then we coach all of you on it. We start saying, this is exactly what's broken. This is what you need to fix. And then we start working through the thought funnel. Like we want to get all these crazies and we want to funnel out one solid thought that you're like, oh God, I never thought of it like that. I can actually believe that. You mean all I got to do is think this and some stuff will change? Like, yeah, that's really all you have to do. But when we have mass confusion up here, carbs are bad, fat's bad, protein's bad, I should be a vegan, I should be a meatitarian, I should be all these things, you can't get down to the thoughts that work. And the thoughts are I'm figuring out my body one day at a time. like for the girls that will think, I have so far to go, but I'm on the right path. You know, a lot of times I tell girls, like, you're not going to like go from I have so far to go to, you know, I'm going to be a sexy ass beast. There's a few girls out there like, yeah, I can believe that. And there's a lot of people though that can't. And it's like, I have so far to go, but every day counts. And you get really focused in on the day. So it's a lot of just that kind of stuff. Struggling with, oh, we did that. Do you take any supplements like Plexus or Ketos? Nope. Could you share advice on eating on vacation? I mean, I could do I have a live on vacation somewhere. I just tell people, think ahead. Think about, like, you know, what are going to be your personal rules that feel good around vacation. Like for me, I like to work out when I'm on vacation. So I know that's one healthy thing that I'm going to do for myself on vacation. One of the other things is I don't eat fried food on vacation unless it's French fries. I just don't. Like, you're not going to see me ordering. If we go to the Gulf, it's always fresh fish. I might have French fries. If we go to Vegas, I might have some nachos, but I'm not having like chicken and waffles and all this other kind of stuff. I always do a healthy breakfast. I don't donk off on breakfast. I love breakfast food, but I'm like, you know what? I like to start every single day the best solid nutrition I can. So I always start with good choices for me. I just come up with my things and then I never eat full. That's literally it. I tell my girls to never overthink vacation. I tell them to visualize success. I tell them to visualize having fun and how food is going to fit into that successfully. I'd asked a few days ago about hitting a plateau, but I cannot find your video on it. I've got one. I'll have to look, Suzanne, and tag you in it. It's just really about when you're on a plateau, and it's probably weaved into a few videos, but basically with a plateau, I gotta see what time it is. Basically with a plateau, the main thing you want to understand is that it needs to have been like steady for about 6 weeks. I mean, that's a true plateau. A lot of people have like small stalls and then they drop some weight, but a true plateau is like, it's like 6 weeks long. That means you have lost nothing in 6 weeks. You've either maintained or bounced, and that's about all you've done. The next thing I tell people to do, I know we did a live on this because I've talked about it. Water. Your water's got to be 64 ounces a day or more. Sleep, 7 to 8 hours a day, like a religion. Like, don't tell me that you're on a plateau, but you're only getting 6 to 5 hours of sleep. You're not drinking all your water. It's like, no, that's not a plateau. That's not following the basics. So own your choice. The other thing about plateaus is, I will say this. If I get my girls dialed in on food or on water and sleep, and then if they can give me 6 weeks of food journals, every single one of them. Because if you ain't journaling, something's going on. So 6 weeks of journals. The next step would be, so I always look at the food. And then the next step would be after food is probably making sure that there is no overeating going on. 0. That means that when you eat, like, you should be leaving food behind when you eat. Nobody in the world, I don't care if you do food prep, not every single meal will you be eating every single bite. If you're not leaving food behind, you're probably minutely overeating. If you are preparing dinner and you grab just a couple little bites, if you are putting the food away and you grab a couple of little bites, all that kind of stuff, that all adds up. There's such a, when you've been losing weight for a while especially, there's such a fine line between a plateau and kickstarting weight loss again. And it is in the details in a real plateau. It is not like you need macros and all this other stuff. It is like making sure that those little bitty things are all in check. If that is all in check, then you look at probably some diet subs, making sure like you're getting enough fat and all that kind of stuff. But I will say 90% of the girls that I work with, if they're on a real plateau, it never comes down to stuff like having to do anything extraordinary with their diet. It always comes down to basics. Hi, Carla. I was doing ketos and it was okay for a while. I feel this. This is a way of life, not drinking something. Meal prep and mindset is the way to go. I'm not a tribe member, but love listening to her. Oh, hey, Becky. My family are always doing the famous Monday start-overs. In the tribe, so we speak one-on-one at some point. Debbie, no, we do one-on-one in Facebook. So it's like you have a Facebook group that's private, and then you're posting daily. And I go in at least 2 to 3 times a day, and I'm responding to posts. You can ask some of the girls. I pretty much get up their asshole daily. There's one girl the other day, I almost felt bad for her, but she's like, no, I needed the straight talk. Like, seriously, your straight talk helped me. And then every now and then what happens is somebody will have something that's so like good and it like pertains to like 10 of the girls. I just go live like this with them. And I just say, all right, we're going to talk about your issue. Can you jump on right now? And then they can ask questions. We also do, so we have a weekly live like this just in our group where they all submit their questions. We just hammer town through them. And then if they have live action questions, then I ask then. The other way we have for our new girls, when they first start, they're going to have one Zoom call, which a Zoom call is like, imagine a Brady Bunch screen on your computer. Everybody calls in and we're all looking at each other. You can do it through phone or you can do it on your computer. And I'm live and you're live and your mic is on. So then we get to talk. That's how I talk to clients. So there's one, so when you join my tribe, you get one of those when you first join. And then when you move over to what we call tribal elders, where you're in the main group, we do those twice a month. So we have twice a month where we do Zoom, where people can get live coaching with me. And then we have every other week with them. So Zoom call, Facebook Live, Zoom call, Facebook Live. So at least once a week, you're getting a long live or a long Zoom. And then there's like multiple small videos I do. I did one this morning on, oh my gosh, if you're one of the tribe members, what the hell was I talking about this? Oh, I was talking about journaling and that if you have time to overeat, you're not busy. You're not, you're not serious. And so I did like a 15-minute live just on the idea of why that journal is so important, exactly what it's going to be showing you, exactly what needs to go into it, and just the mindset around it. Brandy, but it being a lifestyle change that the products do work. Fat loss, energy, and gaining muscles, all this to feeling good. It's again a mindset thing. It's all a mindset thing. I'm gonna tell y'all, I know you guys are probably taking some products to make you feel amazing. I'm all for it. If you want to do it, whatever. But I will say, I've been doing this 12 years. I lost 100 pounds 12 years ago. And I haven't been a product whore the whole time. And not that you guys are product whores, but I just like to use my colorful language. But I know a lot of people that use a lot of products and their weight is boom, 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 boom. If you don't get the mind right, they're only as good as long as you're taking them. And I will tell you, a lot of the reason why those products do work is because you believe in them. My challenge is, why do you need to believe in them? Why can't you believe in you? What is it that you can't put all your faith and energy in yourself, that a product that you buy from someone else, that is, again, I'm going to let the world fix me before I fix me. And that's just, I don't know. But anyway, I didn't mean to call y'all product whores. I'm a whore in my own right in other ways, like clothes whore. You have really been a great help to me with that very lesson. I am learning that it can be enjoyable to lose weight and build this better relationship with food in my body. Oh, thank you, Diane. Oh yeah, you're one of my girls. 65 years old with almost as many diets. First time ever loving the journey. Thank you. Patricia, I'm so happy. Thank you again. I needed to hear this. I'm changing my mind, motivated and excited after a stroke. I needed to hear. Thank you. I'm sorry, Lisa, about your stroke. But, just keep your mindset on, it's not the stroke's fault. It's not any of this fault. Everything, I'm going to choose how I think, because especially the more serious your stuff is, your mindset is even more important. I mean, it is the thing that heals you. It is the thing that makes a difference in your life. So looking forward to your podcast. Any idea when that will happen? Oh, it will be weekly for sure. We already have the first 5 recorded. The biggest problem is, so we've been doing this membership drive, and I've been working so hard with those girls. And then my husband has been working to make sure that all of our, we have video systems. We have a lot of tech. We have more tech than most weight loss websites outside of unless you're e-diets or something. But we have a lot of tech stuff. My husband is a tech guru at his day job. And we have been doing so much with that and making sure the girls are getting all the stuff and just like getting expert service and all that kind of junk, that we haven't had time to kick it off. My goal is end of April. Like if it doesn't happen by the end of April, I might vomit. I just am like so ready to get it done. And I have a co-host that's doing it with me who's lost 80 pounds. She's one of our coaches that works with our newbies. And she's dying to get it out there too. Like we want it out there, so we will. And everybody will know when I get it. I have been following your free course and lives for 3 months. I first committed to listening to you and got my mind wrapped around what you were saying. I have now been following your ideas of eating on the hunger scale and mental eating. I can tell you that even though it has only been a month, I feel great losing inches, but the main thing I realize is now I crave veggies, and even though I'm eating less, it seems like I want less. I notice that I can go longer than normal without getting hungry. Yeah, because we cut out the emotional eating. So many of us are in the habit of the clock eating and the emotional eating. And somewhere we forgot that our stomach is the ultimate ding dong of what's supposed to be happening. And that's why it feels like you're eating less. Like you're eating what your body was always intended to have, not the external, right? I need to lose 50. I like to work out at the gym. I like to do cardio. Where do I start so I can start losing weight, and how many times a week do I need to work out? I wouldn't worry so much. I mean, you're already working out. I would lift some weights, Marlo, but I would start with, if you haven't done my free course, I'd start with that. It's the food, guys. You got to get all the like emotional eating out of the way. You got to get the entertainment eating out of the way. And when I say entertainment eating, I mean for boredom, to watch TV, to take a break. That's entertainment eating. I'm not talking about dinner with your husband. I'm talking about the bullshit that we do all day long that's not helping us lose weight. The 3 o'clock protein bar. In fact, when y'all asked me, do you get one-on-one time with me? So one of my girls posted in our group, and she was talking about her, she's on this thyroid diet, and all of a sudden the only thing she couldn't give up was her protein bar and her Diet Coke every day. And I said, okay, I'm fine with that. If you can't give it up, but here's the thing. You're in here for a reason asking about it. So let's get honest. Say, I'm choosing my protein bar and my Diet Coke over healing my thyroid. Let's not blame that we're addicted or that we're this or we're that. Just say, you know, I'm making a choice. Every time I eat one, I'm making a choice. I'm like, do you need that protein bar? Well, no, it helps me relieve stress. And, you know, that's when I take my break. And I'm like, all right, there's your entertainment eating. If you're eating every day at 3 o'clock, you're probably entertaining eating. You're probably eating out of boredom, and you're probably eating out of habit. You're not eating because your stomach is at a low level hunger. That's where I'm gonna start. You're such an inspiration. You're using that pressure cooker. That's all right, man. Y'all, I am having to fly through this because I'm supposed to be on a call right now. I'm just looking for questions at this point. Do you have a video on eating at night? I do. In my private website, we have a course on it. And in fact, I talked about it today on how I wanted them to break their 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock habit and their evening habit. But I don't know that I have one out here. You can look through all my videos though. Not a big fan of the Spark. I just don't like the taste of it. Apple cider vinegar has health benefits. I wouldn't take it just to lose weight though. And guys, I'm gonna have to go. I really have to. So I missed like the first half of my call, but this is with my mentor. So she's with the big group. Now I can get in there and get my questions answered. If you want my free course, go to P as in Paul, N as in no, P as in Paul 411.com. That's where you can find out how, like, a lot of the things that these ladies are doing that have been following me, they're losing weight on that free course. If you want to work with me, we close Saturday. I will be closing the doors until, I think it's going to be end of May now. We've had a really good membership drive. I left it open until the 1st so that the ladies that get paid at the 1st of the month could get in. They were emailing me left and right. So if you want in, it's P as in Paul, N as in no, P as in Paul tribe.com. You can go over there and find out all the information on how to join. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys again probably tomorrow. I'm going to see what I can come up with. I might go through here and see what I didn't cover and cover it tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.